Anybody or a group of guys, anybody in particular really either surprise you or stand out during your fourth quarter drills? I mean,
you know what's funny? Here's a funny thing, and which I think is the greatest thing. I don't know if anybody jumped out, but no one lagged behind. That was the most impressive thing about it. The jumping out part, you know, sometimes you'll get one or two guys that just run away with everything. You know what I mean? That happened at times, but then other guys would catch up to them. But no one, what I was pleased about, no one on the back end were falling out, couldn't make it, couldn't run, were doing everything. I mean, we got in good shape. And I've always said, you're only as strong as your weakest link. So it doesn't matter if you have all these good guys. If you got some guys in the back that are really dragging, that hurts you. And that was the most impressive part of the off season to me, is that we didn't have the guys that couldn't make through the workout, couldn't, you know, we had guys got injured. That's a different deal, had a pull or something like that. But I'm talking about when they were healthy and running. Now, some of them drug in the beginning, but they all got better, and there was no guys just lagging way behind. And I think that was the most impressive thing of the offseason I was the most excited about. And it showed, because part of that is attitude and pride. I mean, you know, even though you're not in shape, their attitude, their work, their ability to go work, and the pride they took in themselves as far as, you know, sometimes there's a thing, I'm tired, I don't feel good, I'm not going right. But you know what? Personal pride takes over. I'm not going to let this happen to me. And you saw some guys do that, and then when they fought through that, they found out it wasn't as bad as they thought. So they took off and progressed.
Jimbo, I think we asked you this question before the bowl game or near there, but I'll revisit it. What type of coach do you see yourself as far as hands-on? I mean, you said you weren't going to be up in the tower.
No, I'll be on the field, Coach.
You're going to be down there. And have you thought any more about that? And are you going to, you know, almost coach like you were still an assistant in some regards as far as...
I will, except I'll spend time on the defensive side of the ball. I will be. I'll still coach and be involved in the quarterbacks. And when we divide our practices, as I say, 1s and 3s are practicing here, 2s and 4s are on that field, so we get more reps for the kids and get them involved and get more teaching to them. I'll take one side and I'll be coaching them. You know what I mean? I'll be just like I was before, running the drills and doing everything. And doing individual drills, and sometimes you'll see me probably slip up on the defensive side of the field and watch, because I know as a head coach, you're going to have to allot your time to get up there. That can be done you coach your individual parts of it and do it, and at different spurts you're up. Now, the good thing about spring, you're going against each other so much, so my interaction with both sides of the ball will be very easy to do. It'll be easier to do now than it is in the fall for your time allotment, because you're going against each other so much. I mean, you're not going against scout teams. And the way we practice, 1s and 3s, 2s and 4s on the field, everybody's getting reps against each other all day long. So that interaction will be good. I just got to make sure you spend enough time with the defense and not be considered an offensive coach.
What are you going to do with the tower?
I'm sorry?
What are you going to do with the tower?
Yeah, look there. Maybe I'll get a bow stand up there and practice shooting a bow out of it or something. Like a deer stand. No, I will. There'll be times you get up there. I mean, there'll be time when a scrimmage goes on, or you're letting your guys call it or something, and you want to get up and just get an overall view of what's going on. But mainly during practice, I won't be doing that.
Coach Rand mentioned wanting to get all the backs work with the ones in the spring. Is that something that you like? And is that
no, I think it's good. I mean, we will. Receivers will too. So will tight ends and everybody else if they earn the right to do it. Now, some of them don't earn the right, they won't. I mean, they're going to have to earn the right to show that they're. When you walk in with that one huddle, it's not because we want to see you. It's because you've earned the right, and you've earned the right that we want to see you. Not, it's not your. Nobody's entitled to do anything. That's part of the problem with athletes today. We have entitlement. I've been here 2 years now. The best players will play. There's no entitlement to anything. You're entitled to give your best and play your best. When you do that, then you'll move up with the guys you're supposed to move up with. So that's how we'll do that. But there's a lot of those guys have periodically. All those guys at one time last year are with the ones. Even during the season. So it'd be interesting to see how that competition comes out this spring season.
Coach, being your first spring practice as head coach at Florida State, what attitude do you find yourself anxious at all going into tomorrow? Excited?
I don't, because I feel like I've known the players. I've been here long. I think that, the head coach and waiting thing has allowed me that comfort zone of being here, being in front of y'all, knowing y'all. There's not a lot of unknown for me on the field as far as where we're going to go. And the good thing for the players, there's not a lot of unknown for them, because they know what I'm going to demand, the way my personality is, and the way I'm going to expect things to be done. So I think on both ends of that spectrum, I think it's a good thing, and there's more of a comfort zone there. Now, we just got to go get it done.
They do have a few unknowns with the new coaches that have come in, though. They're having to adjust to them. So,
but being in the off-season workouts with them, And they're going, and those coaches are going to have to coach the way I want them to coach as far as the effort and the way, the tenacity in which we get in practice. And I think they've gotten a dose of that in the off-season workouts. So I think from that standpoint, there'll be a little bit there. But now on the field, you're right. I mean, the actual, when they get down and actually teach football, how they teach them to tackle, or how they teach them to take on a block, or how they teach them to backpedal, those type of things will be a little new for them because they've never been exposed to that. But, you know, the way you do in your off-season, they've gotten a feel for these guys. Our guys interact with our players very well. These guys are very, around them a lot. They're around our players a lot.
With a guy like DeMonte McAllister who could go end or middle, will this be the time to try him both out to kind of see where he
I don't think there's no doubt. I mean, and you find your best 4 guys up front, whoever they are. You know what I'm saying? And I think that having that versatility, and as he gains now in the weight room and gets bigger and stronger, and he still keeps his speed, it gives you that ability to go in and out, which, you know, having big ends, I mean, is great because when you take a 250-pound tight end, you put a 270, 80-pound end on him at times, and he can't block him, and you can set that edge. It makes a big difference. I mean, but a guy can still move and do the things he can do, which he's proven. He had a really good eye. He ran very well in the offseason. I was very pleased the way he moved around and did some things. And I think you got to do that with a lot of guys, just like I'm talking about on the offensive line. You know, some of your nose to tackle, your tackles to ends, you know, certain pass rush downs, you move them in, move those linebackers up and rush. You get your best people on the field for all the different scenarios in which you go to. Because football has become a situational game. I mean, it really has. It's become such a down and distance game, a situational game. Now, it's great to have guys like some of our linebackers are that can cover and reroute and run, and that's why you think those big, long, rangy guys when you recruit, when you're in zone and those guys are athletic, they can do so many different things, they can stay on the field all the time. It makes an advantage for them. But we'll move them around, to answer your question.
How do you think the experience and talent on offense will either help or hurt the defense as they're learning the new system?
I think it'd be good. I mean, because they're going against guys who know what they're doing and how they're doing it. And it'll be a good standard. You know, we're doing well against them. We'll be able to, you know, do pretty well in our league and where we're at. And I think early with the say the knowledge of the defense, but there's not a huge discrepancy in my opinion when you into athletic ability and some of the things when they figure it out. I think they'll jump at it very good, and I think it will only increase their ability to learn and the timetable they learn on because they know the offense does know what to do. And you know what's going to happen? Pride's going to take over. I'm tired of getting my butt whipped. I'm not going to let him beat me every day. And sometimes that's the best thing. The guy you're going against who's good. You either say, and then when you find out about the kids, okay, is he accepting that he can't do it, or is he going to jump up and get on a quicker scale to go where he needs to go? So I think it'll help. I really do.
Do you see anybody kind of stepping in